I'm Buddha. 6669. It's not very often that you and I disagree on a few things. However, you made a lot of good, strong points, a lot of good arguments, and there's a good portion of which I can't rebuttal. But there are a few things you said that I kind of take issue with. Here's the things I'll give you. I'll give you the fact that they made Joe look weak with fluke wins and all these things, and it kind of made him lose a little credibility on winning the King of the Mountain. I can understand that, but if my memory serves me correctly as far as King of the Mountain goes, I think Joe took issue with the fact that Nash interfered. Joe could do it on his own. So that's the first time you see Joe kind of, actually the only time you see him taking issue with the fluke victory. Other than that, I'll have to, give it to you on that, mainly it is creative. They're making Joe look weak. It's the Vince Russos, it's the Dutch Mantels, it's the Jeff Jarrett's, it's the Visible Mans, it's Wingo Birdie. Honestly, I think the Invisible Man could probably book a better show. Anywho, but on to what I wanted to talk to you about. The thing I take issue with you on is, alright, I'm going to give you some things about. You talked about JBL title reign compared to Joe's title reign. Had some good points in it, but comparing Joe to JBL is like comparing night to day. I can understand where you're coming from, and I can understand the fact that, Joe having fluke wins when he's a face is pretty absurd. I can understand that. But the difference between Joe and JBL is that JBL, before he could beat JBL, before he can go on that 1 year long reign as the longest reigning WWE champion on SmackDown, before he could even do that, he had to be reinvented. Because before, he was just one of the co-founders of APA, drinking beer, and that's about it. Just, nothing special. And then they recreated him, came out repackaged, and he was then forced down everyone's throats. And because of it, you're right, he didn't have he beat a lot of people, he beat a lot of credible people, but at the same time, still remaining uncredible due to the fact of his fluke wins and victories and so on and so forth. I can understand that. But the main thing here is JBL repackaged and forced down everyone's throat. And that was WWE Creative's own stupidity. Now let's go on to TNA Creative's stupidity. The exact opposite with Joe. Joe, from the very beginning, has been booked as a monster. From the very beginning. Joe didn't have to be repackaged. Joe didn't have to be reinvented. From day one, Joe has came out and wreaked devastation and destruction and killed some motherfuckers. Alright? Here's the thing. I can go on and on with a list of all of Joe's accolades in TNA alone. One of them being his 8+ month streak of never being pinned, never being submitted. Now, But TNA dropped the ball, as he went from someone who went 8 months, never been pinned, never been submitted, to that was a just unstoppable wrecking force. I remember back in the day when he was bloodying up people like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and wearing that bloody towel, and he was just a freaking force to be reckoned with. It was awesome to see. We go from then, we fast forward to now, and we get this. We get Joe with the fluke wins. I'm going to have to hand that to you. We get Joe, who's been established, having some incredible wins. I hope to God that tomorrow night, Sunday, Battle for Glory, I hope that all changes. I hope Sting is the first of many credible wins. Look, he might have started, with the exception of beating Angle and winning that triple threat, you know, with the exception of those two things, you know, he started his reign off lackluster. Let's hope to God, let's pray TNA Creative grows a brain and we can start seeing Joe go from just mundane to extraordinary as far as title reigns goes. I want to see that Joe just kill a motherfucker. I want to see, and I'd love to start seeing Joe going up against some other talent, not just the main event talent, but putting some other people over. I'd love to see Joe and AJ Styles again, of course, but I also like to see Joe and Black Machismo, Joe and Consequences Creed, Joe and Petey Williams. I mean, I'd love to see that. I mean, the list goes on. A bunch of matches, you know. Joe going up against Curryman, ripping off his mask, letting it be revealed that it's Christopher Daniels, and then giving Christopher Daniels a push that he so desperately needs and is so overdue. But that's neither here nor there. And I believe, in that regard, Ron, I believe you can agree with me on at least those points right there. But just wanted to do a quick video. Touche, did a great job. But mainly that's all I really had to say. And peace out, people.